Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Monday, August 7th, 2023. Today is session 7 of my $1 million journey. Thank you for joining me. My name is Edward James Carey. Welcome to Praxis Living, where I create content to help you create the life that you desire. Now, if you're following along with me, then you may remember that on Friday, I tied up 100% of my trade capital in trades. And if you want to just come over to the screen with me, we are getting ready to open the market again today. I'm still going to be playing in the AI playground, but I wanted to do something in order to keep things moving along. So if you remember correctly, I did not even have an active balance to trade with on Friday. I had basically stripped everything in my account down to, I think, $15 and some odd cents. So what I've done is I've added myself a little bit of extra play money. I've added myself enough money to get my US balance in trade right around the $200 level. And I am going to begin to exercise some Wu-Tang, Shaolin, Kung Fu on my finances today. I'm going to play with a balance of $200. And part of the reason I'm doing this, by the way, is I thought about it and I was like, you may be having a difficult time relating to my series because I'm trading with a balance of $50,000. All right. Well, like I said in my previous videos, there were weeks where I was trading a balance of under $200. So what I've decided to do today, while I'm waiting for my other trades to unlock, is I've decided to play around with a $200 balance to demonstrate to you that you don't need a lot of capital in order to get into this, in order to make it fun and in order to make it profitable. So let's go back to the market and look for an opportunity here. I've got $200 to play with, and I'm going to look for an early morning trade in order to see if I can capitalize on some new activity. I'm going to set up a market buy. I'm going to set up 2 shares. Let's go for 3 shares. Let's go right all out. I'm going to use over half of my capital to look for an opportunity to buy 3 shares that I can hopefully make a little bit of money on. Plunging like a rock again today, 37.03. Are we done yet? Let me buy in right there. Oh, maybe not. Okay, right there. Okay, what have I done? I've got... Where are we? Okay, so I picked up 3 shares at $36.94 each. All right. I know this does not sound like much, but like I said, all money is money. $36.94. $36.94, and let's see what I can get out of those at. $36.94. $36.94 times, let's go 1.5%. 37. Is that right? 37.49? Let's go 1%. 37.30, at least 37.31. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to immediately begin to sell these 3 shares. Yeah, let's go 37.10. At least 3 shares for 37.10. Load those up so that they're ready to sell with a click of a button. All right, so we might be going back up there pretty quick. Okay. I know that this seems a little bit ridiculous, trading 3 shares at a time, but let me give you 2 things that I've picked up in life. Number 1 comes from the Christian Bible. You may be a Christian, you may not be. It doesn't matter. There is a scripture in the Bible that states, "He who is faithful in little is faithful in much." Now again, if you're not a Christian, that's okay. I got you covered. You don't need to worry. In the personal development industry, there's a similar saying. It doesn't sound exactly the same. It says this: the way that you do anything is the way that you do everything. All right? So, what does that mean? That means if you can begin trading and you can start small and you can learn how to grow a $200 balance to a $400 balance over time, then the numbers don't matter. Skill is more important than numbers. Good habits are more important than numbers. All right? I want you to remember that. The money doesn't really matter as long as you have good skills, just like the money doesn't matter if you have poor skills. If you do not have good trading skills, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you're not going to learn how to make it grow. So, again, I'm playing with $200 just to give you some idea and demonstration that you are not limited by the fact that you may not have any cash available on hand. Anybody on the planet can get access to $200. There is a way. And it allows you to get a little bit of skill in a new trade. It allows you to get good at doing something that you can then learn how to scale up. Now remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a broker. I don't work in the financial industry. These videos are designed for entertainment and information. And so today I'm providing some entertainment value as well as some information on how I can continue playing with just a $200 small balance. And let's see where we go. Now I am still looking for a way out of this trade. Let's see what's going on here. I have not seen the bounce that I want to see. I'm going for at least 37.10 on these. I paid 36.94. So you know what? I think I'll change this to 37.25 just to make sure that I'm getting a full 25 cents per share. 37.25, and there we go. Okay, I am out of the market again. I could have sat on that, but I accidentally hit the sell button. All right, so let's see. I have sold 3 shares for 37.25. And I have turned 111.75 into 92 cents. Okay, so I've made 92 cents on that trade. $0.92 on that trade that I've made. Okay, so again, we're not looking for huge wins. I cannot live on 92 cents. Like I said, habit is more important than amount. Now, what I would like to see by the end of today is if I can turn my, what did I start with? $213 into, say, around, if I could turn it into $218, that would be great. If I could go from my opening balance of $213 and change to $218, that would represent more than a 2.5% increase on my trading balance. And why do I keep going back to this 2.5%? Well, believe it or not, if you take $200 to start with, and you are able to multiply it by 2.5% every trading day in the year, compounded over a year, at the end of 12 months, you will have more than $500,000. You'll have between $500,000 and $1 million. I don't have the calculations in front of me, but I did this previously with a balance of $160 at 2.5%, and it came out to $650,000 at the end of 12 months. So, do you need a lot of money to start? No. Can you become a millionaire on $200? Yes, and you could do it quite in a reasonable time frame if you learn how to master the skill of trading. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just giving you the options of what is available in life. I am looking at this market again, and I am seeing another opportunity here that I might want to get in on. So let me go back here. Let me set up a buy order again of 3 shares. I'm still going to play with 3 because the early morning market bit me in the ass on Friday. I do not want that happening again. I don't want to get 100% of my capital locked first thing in the morning so that I have nothing to play with. So let me just see right here. Let me try this right here. What did I get? I got 3 shares at 37.10 this time. All right, let me see if I can get Let me see if I can get 37.35 at least on those. All right, 37.35 is what I'm going to go for. No way to tell if it's going to go back up there, but let's just give it a few minutes and see. 37.35, 37.35. Where looks like it's on. I can't tell whether it's going up or down. I see doji candles. A doji candle is like this candle. You see this this red line here with the wick on the top and the bottom, which are just about equal amounts. That means that the market is very indecisive right now. It doesn't know whether there's enough buyers or whether there's enough sellers in order to move things, the needle up or down. So I'm just going to hold out here. There may not be another bounce. We may be on the way down, which again is why I didn't put all of my capital in right now. If I'm going to dollar cost average my 3 shares, then I'm going to wait for it to drop down as low as it wants to go on a Monday morning. Okay, so I'm going to take a pause right there for just a second. Actually, I'm going to confirm this order while I do something else to check on, just in case it goes back up when I'm not looking and it decides to sell. So let's check my activity. Okay, so here I've got a couple of sell orders from the weekend. 41.75 is what I'm trying to get on a lot of 826 shares. By the way, these numbers, just so you know, 41.75 represents a 6% increase over all of my buying values. These 46 shares at 39.56, these 464 at 39.47, these 300 at 39.76. I lumped them all together and I just said, you know what, let's get 6% off the top price of 39.76, and that's what this sell order is. So when this market recovers to $41.75 on shares of AI, I will have gained 6% on those shares. And then likewise, I have done the same thing on my remaining 500 shares. I've put them on an automatic sell for $43.22. And so again, when all of those shares close on their own trades, those are set up. I'm just going to leave them. I'm not even going to worry about them today. We're playing in a balance of $36.57 on shares of AI. I'm not holding my breath that it is going back up to $42, $43 today. So I'm just going to deal with the day, with what the day brings forward. And right now, the day brings forward a $200 play balance, just trying to actively buy and sell shares around the $36 to $37 to $38 range and make a profit. Okay, so let's go back here to my sell order, 37.35. Ooh, the market is kind of low right now, so I don't know if we're going to get back up there. It remains to be seen. I think I'm going to leave this automatic sell order set at 37.35 because I do not want to miss it this time. When we go back up to 37.35, I don't want to miss it. Unless I see this share value suddenly turn around and start blasting up in green, I'm going to leave that one alone, 37.35, because we are almost $1 full below 37.35 right now, which means that this share value A lot of volume would have to come in the morning to blast this up over $1 per share. So it is looking like another day of tumbling values for shares of AI. Again, this is cyclical. This tends to happen. My money is currently being held, but I'm not discouraged. I know that the share goes down. I know that the share comes back up. It may take days. We don't know. I'm going to find some way to keep making these videos every day, working with the balances that I have, and I'm going to leave the rest in wait and in hold. We are at 6:45 a.m. on this Monday morning, and I am up a grand total of 92 cents. I've almost cracked the $1 mark for the day. I do not see an end to this sell-off in sight. We're dropping down lower and lower and lower, down to 36.14. 36.07. We're almost down below $36 now. Okay, so I am going to take what I learned on Friday. I'm going to step away for a bit. I'm not going to get wrapped up in this decline today. I'm going to let it play out. I'm going to take a break, a short break, and I will be back in a few minutes to see whether this market is corrected, whether it continues to go down, whether it continues to start climbing back up. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens in just a few minutes. All right, we are back. I am having another look at what is going on here. And okay, I see that we've bounced back off a low of 35.60. 35.60. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up another market buy order. Oh, I can't afford 3 shares. Let's go 2 shares. I'm going to see if I can catch this on a correction here. I've got 2 shares at 35.94. Okay. 2 shares at 35.94. As you can see, there's quite a difference there from the 37.10 that I paid for my first 3 shares. 35.94, and now in the case of these 2 shares, I don't know what I'm going to sell these for. Let us say 35.94. 35.94, so 36. I'm going to go 36.30 minimum, because this is not a small bounce that I'm trying to collect on. This is a correction. I'm seeing if this hit a potential low before we start to see a rally up in the morning. So I'll set a limit order for at least $36.30. Oh, that wasn't, that was a, I want to make sure I didn't lock that in there. That was a limit buy that I was doing there. Okay, I don't want to buy more shares. Okay, let's go back to sell, limit sell, 36.30, minimum 2 shares. And let me just hold on the trigger there. Just going to hold, and I'm just going to wait. We're just going to see if we climb back up above $36.30 and head in the upward direction. And then that last order was 37.10. I need to make sure that we cross back over 37.10, or actually, yeah, I don't know if I want a dollar cost average there. Let's see what it works out to anyway. Okay. 111.30 plus 71.89 equals, divided by 5, 36.63, 36.64. 36.64. Okay, so I'm going to just add a line there at 36.64. $36.64. And now the reason that I'm adding this line there is just to give myself a visual reference. As long as I take more than $36.64 for the current shares that I'm holding, then by default, it means that I can afford to let the other three go above 36.64 as well and still come out in a profit position. So I'm going to change my limit sell. First of all, I'm going to cancel this one. And I'm going to go back to selling shares. I'm going to set up 36. Okay. So I'm going to go for 36.65 as a minimum on these two shares that I'm currently holding before I let them go. And then after I successfully close these two shares, if the market continues to climb, I will consider selling off the other three shares that I have. Although it would be even better if I am able to get above the buy value for the other three shares. But if it doesn't climb back up that high, I may still be able to come out profitable by selling the other three shares over 36.65 as well. Just as long as all five shares get sold above that magic line of 36.64. So this is the current plan of action. Let us see what will happen. Now, you may recall in the very first session that I recorded about setting up and what kind of account you would need. Again, Wealthsimple. The fact that I don't pay any commissions at all for executing trades makes what I'm doing today possible. It means that I can buy and sell one share. It means that I can buy and sell two shares or three shares at a time because I am not paying any commissions for those transactions. If you were in a regular broker account, you would not be able to do this without incurring fees that would probably eat away any kind of profit that you would be hoping to make on such a small trade. It just wouldn't work. So again, Wealthsimple, if you're watching, thank you for what you're doing for us Canadian residents. Thank you for giving us zero commission trading. Thank you for giving us fractional trading. I wish you the best of success, you guys. I hope that you are setting a new bar and a new standard in Canada for brokerages. And I really appreciate that personally. Once again, you are listening right now to the fantastic, beautiful sounds of Stream Beats by Harris Heller. I love this guy and what he does for content creators like myself. I could just sit here and listen to these beats all day. And I do, by the way. So I hope you're enjoying them as well. All right, we saw a little bit of a recovery and then another sort of decline. So it looks like, again, I was not expecting this to be the bottom for the day. I was expecting it to be a stopping point on the way down to a lower bottom, and this activity is almost confirming that. It still hasn't decided what it's going to do yet. I'm gonna hide this. Okay, because as long as this low does not pass this low, then it indicates that we're going sideways instead of down. So because I don't know yet which is which, I'm just patiently watching. It doesn't matter though at this point, because at this point I have my entire $200 deployed. And again, there is not much I can do until this value comes back up above the $36.64 line. We are roughly 80 to 90 cents away from that. And the morning volume is up to 4 million shares at 6:59 a.m. It remains to be seen what is going to happen today. What I can say is that a share valuation of below $36 on shares of AI presents an incredible buying opportunity for huge investors and people that are playing the same game that I am playing and using lots and lots of cash capital. Scooping up shares for under $36 is almost a no-brainer. I don't foresee this share value dropping a lot lower than $35.78. There is room for it to go down. I mean, let's take a quick look at what is going on over the past 3 months. We have been down as low as $31.64 back in, what was this, Monday, June 23rd. Okay, but as you can see here, okay, we have pressed down below these standard averages of around $35.63, $36.23, $36.50. So we are setting a new low over the last time we were down this low was back here on Monday, July 23rd. Again, it was a Monday, go figure. So all of that just to kind of give an indication of how low this may drop. You know, if it continues to go back down to $32, $33, again, that's to be expected at some point. We just never know when it's going to do that. But what I am confident about is that it will not stay down there. It will go down a certain amount, and then people will say enough is enough. I'm going to capitalize massively on shares of AI, and they will come in and they will start buying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of shares in order to rally it back up. So I'm not concerned at this point. The only concerns that I have are for the individual day. My only concern is, can I get out of these trades with 5 shares? Remains to be seen. It's too early to tell. I believe that I will, but we will see. So 35.38. Okay, I bought in too early. There's not a lot I can do at this point other than wait it out now. So I'm going to take a break and enjoy my life. And I will come back in a little while to see what has happened in the market today. Thanks for following along. Stay tuned. The day is not over yet. All right, I'm back. Let us look at the market, see what's going on today. Okay, let's blow this up here. Okay, so I see that the market has not gone down. It has not gone up. It has basically bounced up and down, bounced up and down. Look at this spread here. There is room for short-term micro trades here. We've got as low as 35.60 to a high of 36.26 to a low of 35.37 to a high of 36.04 to a low of 35.48 to a high of 36.20. Wow. Okay, so there are swings high and low of 40 to 50 cents per share. What was my last buy-in? $35.94. Okay, so I bought very, very high in order to be able to capitalize on these plays here. I may have no choice but to be left out here. It did bounce here to 36.19, 36.20. So it looks to me like the stock is consolidating. It's moving sideways. It looks like it's reached kind of where it wants to play at for the day, $35.40 to $36 range. Consolidation usually means that something major is about to happen. It's just a question of when. And likely in this case, after a period of consolidation, it will likely start blasting back up the charts. But in the meantime, I'm looking for opportunities to see if I can stay active and continue multiplying my cash. So I'm looking at this high spike of 36.19 and then this previous one in the morning of 36.26. I'm hoping right now that we are graduating on a slight upward trend. And so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to try to make a lot of money on these two shares at 35.94. I'm going to try to make just a slight bit more than what I bought them at so that I can free up the capital and see if I can continue moving through the morning here with this sideways playing, seeing if I can capitalize on a couple of these micro trade opportunities and see if I can repurchase two shares and then sell them at 25 to 35 cents profit, and then rebuy them again, sell them again at 35 to 45 cents profit. And I will do this over and over as long as the swings in the market indicate that there's a 40 to 50% wiggle room. As long as it doesn't consolidate itself down to 10 or 20 cents, this may be an opportunity for me to demonstrate some microplay opportunity. So I will need at least 35.94 in order to make that trade break even, but I will need more than 35.94 to make it profitable. So what am I going to do here? Let's go limit sell. And let's go this last one hit at 36.20. If we're on an upward trend, it should go back up to at least 36.20. So let me go 36.14. Let me go 36.19. Yeah, that will give me 25 cents per share when that hits. And 25 cents per share is not bad. So I'm going to confirm that. I'm going to leave this as done. Okay, I'm going to commit to that order because I don't want to miss it. That's two shares selling at $36.19. So the next time that we swing up, which it looks like we may be starting to do right now, as soon as we creep back up to the price of $36.19, my two shares will sell automatically, and then I will be able to move forward and see if I can continue with small trades while I'm waiting for the market to change direction and do something else. Now let's keep in mind that at some point in this day, I am also expecting to see the market shift direction and start traveling up even above this line of $36.64. I will be looking to eventually sell off my morning shares that I purchased at $37.10, but not until we get back up to that valuation. Yeah, I will deal with those three shares at $37.10. I'll deal with those later at a different time. Right now, I'm concentrating more on the two shares that I can hopefully continue to sell and repurchase and sell and repurchase over and over and over again. Okay, so like I said, I've done my thing. There's nothing I can do other than wait now. So I will take another break and let the market do its thing, and I will see you shortly. All right, I am back and ready to take another look at the market. Let's take another look at what is going on. Okay, so it looks to me like the market was not consolidating sideways. It was actually on a downward trend. And Man, we got down to a low of $34.45 per share. $34.45. If you remember correctly, just a few days ago, this share value was at $44.75. And I said then, I knew that it didn't stay in that space. I knew that it would go low. I didn't know it would go this low. $34.45 is almost a record low for the past 6 months. Did we go? We went down to $30.62 back in June 2nd. So just the beginning of June, it was down that low. We're now pressing this low value of $31.58 from June 26th, which was a little bit over a month ago. So again, there's nothing that I'm too terribly concerned about. This is normal behavior for share values of AI stock. I know that it goes down and then I know that it goes back up. But there are a couple of things that I would like to say about this. And that is, had I been more cautious and more patient with the deployment of my capital a week ago, instead of having my current $50,000 held in shares of AI ranging in prices of 41.16, 40.51, 39, between the 39 and 41.50 space, I would now be able to scoop up close to $50,000 worth of shares of AI at a total value of $34.81. Man, you just wait and see. We are, I'm going to be recording these videos every day so that you can get an idea of what is going on. But this share value will be back up to $42 and $43 within the next 2 weeks. I guarantee it. And I, unfortunately, at this cycle, will not be able to take advantage of these rock bottom prices because I put my capital in when the value was between $40 and $42 instead of holding more cash in my account to take advantage of opportunities like this. And what is one of the things that I said in a previous session? Cash in hand is an asset. And here is a perfect example as to why. Look at this value. $34.88 today. Cash in hand is an asset. Cash in trades is a liability. As you can see, I now have, I now have 34,000 that I'm waiting on, 21,000 that I'm waiting on, and these share values are going to have to hit 43.22 and 41.75. So again, had I had that cash in my account, I could have been using it today to multiply my income rather than waiting. Now, when this share value goes back up from under $35 back up to over $40 to $41, that is going to be an increase of, it sounds like 15 to 25%. 15 to 25%. And you just wait and see. I'm sure that this is going to happen within the next 5 to 10 trading days. Sure as clockwork, just like it always has. It goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. So we are now on a downward trend, and I have deployed all of my new capital again as of this morning. I purchased 3 shares at $37.10. We are way down from that, $34.85. I purchased 2 more shares at $35.94. And even from that, we are down over $1 per share right now. So I'm going to call this day early. I do have some other things to do on this Monday anyway to enjoy my day, some previous plans that I had arranged. We are only at 8:46 a.m., so there is lots of market activity left in this day, but I am not going to be here in order to come back and to share any news on any differences You will have to stay tuned and tune in tomorrow to session 8 on Tuesday, and we will see how this day plays out at that time. But before I go, I just want to draw your attention to this here. What I have done is I have taken my 5 shares that I purchased here at $35.94 and my 3 shares that I purchased here at $37.10. And I have set automatic sell limits so that these can close while I'm away today. And I've gone aggressive on these, okay? $37.56 and $38.78. As you can see, the current share value is $34.95. Well, I've learned from some of my previous mistakes, which is to try to not get in my own way, seeking such a small return of 2.5%. Those sell limits, just so you know, they represent slightly over 4.5%. And this behavior that I see, once again, this is normal. We are approaching the time of day, 8:48 a.m., where I expect to see a lowest of the low of the day. And then normally what happens is we begin to see a rally throughout the remainder of the day. And as you can see, this here may already be an indication of that beginning, but it is still too early to tell. But I am going to go on my previous experience to believe that AI shares are going to rally back up and probably back up as high as $38 to close the day today. They opened at $37.94 today, I believe. Yeah, so they are, as you can see right now, we are down 7.38% just in this morning. My friends, that is a lot of opportunity to make back a lot of cash in the rally of a day. So I'm going to leave this. I'm going to let it simmer. I'm going to close my sell orders at a solid 4.5% and slightly over. And I'm hoping, I really am hoping that by tomorrow morning when I come back for session 8, that I will have some fantastic news to share. I'm hoping that my 2 orders from today have sold and that we'll be back with some more options for me to play again with either my small balance of $200 plus tomorrow, or maybe even it'll blast up and start unlocking some of my other sell orders. Sky is the limit at this point. So as you can see, I've set my share values for a solid 4.5% of increase today. I do not know what the market is going to do, nor will I be around to watch. I'm going out to enjoy the rest of my day and allow God to do his work. I fully expect that by tomorrow morning, I will have unloaded my 5 shares that I purchased today at a 4.5% increase each. I'm excited already to come back and begin a new day tomorrow. In the meantime, enjoy your day. I want to thank you for hanging out with me here at Praxis Living. My name is Edward James Carey. You've been watching my $1 million journey. I'm signing off for now, and I'm wishing you the best of life.